Hey everybody, welcome back to the third edition of Coffee on Kofi. About to start this amazing edition. Can't wait to get started. But before we do, I'd like to say a special shout out to Wet Coffee, located at 111 Kerr Street in Oakville. It's an awesome spot, definitely a vibe to remember, and I definitely recommend you to check it out. But nonetheless, while we are here for the third edition of Coffee or Kofi, I'm about to sit down with one of the more innovating individuals behind one of the more innovating moving companies in the industry located here in Oakville. Waqas Ahmed, nice to meet
Pleasure to
you.
meet you, Steve.
Piece of Cake Movers, one
Right.
and only. But thank you, man. I appreciate the time. I appreciate
Pleasure is all mine,
yes,
Steve.
sir. Yes, sir. And I was really excited for this one just because I know that our businesses align quite closely,
Right, exactly.
and this is probably one of the more beneficial times for individuals to hear these things.
Yep.
And I know we're going to touch on a little bit stuff in and out the business. So
Yep. There's a lot of synergy involved here today, since you're a realtor and I'm a mover. And like I said, man, you gave me the first client that came to me was from you, the first realtor to approach me. And I
aw,
really appreciate that, man.
man,
It went a
that's
long way
awesome.
for me.
That's
And
awesome.
it was one of the biggest moves I've done in the 15 years I've been in the industry,
Yeah.
but definitely it was an amazing experience,
Oh man, I
to say the
appreciate
least.
that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that, and my clients appreciate you. I've heard such great things. That's why I wanted to get in here and have the opportunity to sit down and talk,
Awesome.
and have the viewers to hear a little bit more about Piece of Cake Movers. But
Right.
before we get into all that, I know you touched on a little bit about it, but I wanted you to have the floor. Give a little
Right.
bit of introduction. Let the people see a little bit about yourself and
Sure.
about your business.
Yeah. So I've been in this industry, like I said, 15 years. I've been working I initially started with my uncle's company.
Mhm.
They've been in business for 25 years,
Mhm.
out of which I joined them when I was in high school. And ever since, through my breaks, summer breaks, after school, I've been always helping them out for some extra cash, of course.
Yeah.
And over the years, as the business grew and he retired, I took over his business completely.
Yeah.
And now that his son came over, he wanted to change in career, so he moved over and took over his father's business.
Yeah.
So I then decided to step aside and start my own company. And this is one thing I wanted to always have my own business.
Yeah.
So this is something I'm very good at. So I decided to keep going with this. And now I have Piece of Cake Movers,
There we
and
go.
we make moving a piece of cake. Yeah.
Hey, yes, sir. I love it. I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So, what inspired you to kind of? I know you said it just now. You make moving a piece of cake, but what inspired you with the name?
The name. Well, I heard, because a lot of people said to me, like, while I was moving and I got the job done, they're like, yeah, man, it's you got this job done like it was a piece of cake.
There you
I've
go.
heard that term quite often through my moving industry, through comments from people and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So I'm like, that's actually a pretty clingy name. So
Yeah,
I
has a
went with
good
it.
ring to it, right?
It's got a ring to it. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you're saying you've been in the business for 15 years. What are some of the challenges you've kind of experiences? Some of the
Well, in 15
Yes.
years, Steve, you see a lot of different type of people move.
Mhm.
Not everybody lives the same way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we're all created equal, but as individuals that live in homes, each person has their own culture and their own way that they live. So some people are, I would say, a bit more uh, less organized and have more clutter in their home.
Yeah.
And sometimes you show up to a move and all there is just a mess. And that's why sometimes people ask me, like, they give me a call, be like, I have a 3-bedroom house. How much would it cost to move that house?
Mhm.
It's hard for me to say that because I've moved 2 full loads out of a basement. Or for example, the house that you referred to me, there was 5 loads. That's a 40-foot truck, almost like a 50-foot trailer full out of a 3-bedroom home. So it's really hard to give somebody an estimate or a rate based off just 3 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest. That's why I always personally like to go over to the client's house, have a look, have a walkthrough,
Mhm.
see what's going.
Mhm.
That way, there's no misunderstandings at the end.
Mhm.
And our prices are set in stone. So
Mhm.
even if the work increases or the time increases, our prices stay the same. So
And that's huge. I know
yeah,
that's huge because I've dealt with a few moving companies in the past,
yeah,
and that differs because they'll give you kind of an estimate versus a quote,
yeah,
and even beyond that, depending on the time of year when you move.
yeah,
Like right now is the hot time. I'm sure you're right.
exactly.
This is prime moving these next 2 months,
Right.
so the prices actually increase from that point.
Yeah.
And the fact that if you could get a quote from you That's set in stone. That's
Yeah,
so
set in stone, won't budge.
impressive,
Yeah.
right? And that's just a testament of your service and your word, and goes a long way, right, in
Exactly.
business.
To me personally, it's never been about profit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's hard for me to even have a fixed rate for a move. So for
Mhm.
example, I moved a lady about a month ago. She recently got divorced. She was a single mother, and times are tough.
Mhm.
So in circumstances like that, I lower my price for the client
Mhm.
just to, because at the same time, you also want to help people. It's not always about
Yeah.
what makes me the most money.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
about the satisfaction of the client and helping somebody out
Mhm.
at the end of the day. And that also in turn works in favor,
Mhm.
karma, right? So it comes back in some sort of referral, or she might tell somebody or
Yeah.
something like that.
Goes
So
a
it's
long way.
yeah, it goes a long way.
I strongly agree on karma. Like I really believe in that. You do good and good things will happen.
Yeah,
Vice versa, right?
absolutely.
So in our business, we're in an ability to really help people and not really think about so much that dollar value, because it'll come back one way or the other, like you said,
Exactly.
with
Yeah.
referrals or from other aspects.
Right.
But it just gives us the ability where we feel that we are in a position to actually do some good in people's
Exactly.
lives,
Yeah,
right?
that's the main thing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well
that's
said, Steve.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. But you know what? It's pretty cool because not a lot of individuals and businesses feel that way. And here in Oakville, as we all know, there's some established moving companies in
Right.
here.
Yeah.
And as you coming into the fold, I know you've been in the business for so long, but coming into the fold, how do you kind of, differentiate yourself from the pack?
Well, how we differentiate the most is that we're one of one, meaning like it's a one-man operation. I'm not trying to expand this company too far
Mhm.
into like many trucks,
Mhm.
because the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand that are moving and they hire movers is that in this industry, no one sticks around. It's labor intensive work. So people usually the workers for this industry are transitioning. They're either coming here temporarily, they'll move to an Uber driver,
Right.
another career, or
Right.
once they get a job, they'll move.
Right.
So they're here temporarily. So a lot of these companies, they'll send over some guys to your house and they'll be completely unexperienced. They get paid by the hour. They'll take their time,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And you won't get that quality of service, right? With me, I'm present at every job. And as easy as you might think moving is, you're just moving some boxes, there's a lot of complexities that are involved as well, just like in anything, right?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I believe me, I know I've helped friends in the past move. You know how
Yeah.
the little here pizza and beer, he helped you move,
Right.
etc.
Yeah.
It's hard, grueling. It takes a lot, right,
Yeah.
out of you. How do you kind of stay in the flesh of, getting up the next day and doing the next move, or doing maybe 2 moves a day?
Yeah.
Like, how do you guys stay hydrated or motivated to keep going?
I have a cooler full of water and ice
Yeah,
all the time
yeah.
present in the truck for the guys. But usually, man, you get used to it. It's tough for the first week. And then after it starts to become normal. It's like working out, man.
Yeah.
You start working out for the first couple of days, you'll have that acid burn in the muscles or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving the same, man. Over time, you build the endurance, you build the strength, and it stops hurting as much.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You kind of build that tolerance, right?
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
So I know we've a little bit talked about it, but what are some of the challenges or even successes of your recent moves of the date?
Challenges, like, to be honest, the move you have referred to me is the most challenging move like I've come across in 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So but we dealt with it in the best manner we could.
Yeah.
We offered them packaging service, the whole shebang, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And I estimated the job to be done in three to 4 days, but it took a little bit longer. It took an extra 2 days, but we got the job done. Client was happy.
To piggyback on that, was no secret that was a challenging task.
Yeah.
And it was a home of, let's say, 25+ years of just memories, right?
Memories, yeah.
And the way that you and your team came in, offered, packaging.
Right.
I remember I sat down with them earlier this week, and they said, like, if it wasn't for you and your team, they would still be packaging.
Yeah.
Right?
And they had a
still be
lot of
juggling.
delicate items as well, right? So a lot of their stuff is delicate.
Nothing broke. Nothing broke. They said nothing broke.
Yeah.
All of that, right? And they just can't praise enough the amount of work and the ethic that you guys put into that. And they're so grateful that, you were there to.
Yeah, that's what we do for all our
right?
clients. We treat them like family.
Yeah.
And we have like the most polite, mannered service.
Mhm.
Like, you have to look around a little bit, and you'll notice that, like, if you go to warehouses, there's a certain type of people that work at warehouses. They have a certain demeanor about them, and then there's certain people that are in this what they call labor industry that have a certain demeanor.
Yeah.
So it's really tough to find people that have like a respective nature or character in this industry. Because they're obviously, you know what I mean, they're warehouse workers.
Yeah.
Their vocabulary is not on point like that.
Yeah, it's different
And
type
it's
of
the
lingo.
communication
Yeah.
and things like that. So I choose my employees very carefully, and the ones that I think are, you know, like are well mannered and well presented.
Yeah.
I keep them. I pay them better. I pay my workers well. So you know, it's a tough job.
Yeah,
And,
it's a tough job, and it helps them stay motivated and
to
like you
keep
said,
going,
to
yeah.
keep going. Because like
Yeah.
you said, there's some other companies that, you know, they have their moving staff and they're in and out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You want that continuity. You
Yeah,
want
and these
that
people are in
mostly.
your home, right?
Yeah.
So the workers that I'm gonna bring, they're gonna be going into your home with your families. And some cultures are open cultures, some cultures are closed cultures. You know what I mean? They're like, the women will be separate, the men will be separate, and then you know, there's a certain amount of, so some people need a different level of respect. Some are okay. Like, for example, there's some women you can't shake hands with, and there's some women that they're okay with shaking hands with. So understanding that also goes a long way, right? So I pick the right people that work with me that can understand the difference,
diverse with everything.
diverse, and understand the different cultures and accept them.
Very important, because
Very important,
Oakville has grown into such a diverse town, which is awesome.
Yeah, especially North Oakville.
Yeah, especially North Oakville. And it's just, you're seeing that, which is awesome, because, you know, we've been in the town for so long, and to see the difference of growth is tremendous, right?
I was here when the third line exit wasn't even on. They were just building the on-ramp.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
This
goodness.
was all cornfields around.
Yeah.
And that used to be awesome, man. I had a dog. I used to go for a walk with some, you know, it was awesome. But now you got, but I still got a nice view out my window. I still see the fields and stuff like that.
For now.
For now. Yeah.
But that's awesome. That's awesome. So what type of moves do you specialize in?
So we do residential and commercial.
Cool.
Right? And we obviously do residential more, so I would say that we're specialized in residential. But I've moved some very large warehouses. So for example, the one I was originally going to call you to, called Canadian Braun on 3rd Line and Spears.
Yeah.
We're moving them by the end of this month. So they gave me flexibility on when. It's a steel company, so everything in there, they manufacture steel stuff.
Wow.
So we're moving them, and I've actually moved him before to somewhere in North Hamilton.
Whoa.
So he's part of 2 companies. So it's like a partnership between 2 companies. I've moved a part of that company already last year, and now the rest of the company is moving to a warehouse next door.
Yeah.
I've also moved an entire automotive parts store. Yeah. Like a giant warehouse of it, like skids of rotors and stuff like that, from Milton to Milton. Yeah, it was a big job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you find the commercial and industrial moves a little bit more taxing than residential, or is this good? Depends?
It depends on what type of commercial. But yeah, these 2 were more exhausting than a regular house. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Versatile, because you know it helps, because some clients are residential. They like, you know, your service, like a past client you just said and explained. And then, hey, if they have a business, they trust you already at that point, right?
Yeah.
So it helps, right?
Exactly.
What regions do you kind of go for? I know you're stationed here in Oakville, but people move outside of Oakville, right?
Yeah. So I'll almost anywhere.
Nice.
In the GTA, I'll move people to Ottawa. I move somebody to Vancouver.
Wow.
Yeah, but when we do people to Vancouver, I don't take my own truck.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll get the client to rent a truck. He'll pay for the truck.
Okay.
I'll provide the labor and the drive.
Okay.
And that's how we do the long distance. But at Ottawa, I'll take my truck. Montreal, I'll take my truck.
Wow.
Within like 8-hour radius, I'll take the truck.
Jeez.
And but the thing is, to get the best rates from me would obviously be local. Either you're coming from far into the region, or you're moving from the region out of the region.
Yes.
So that's when you'll get the best rates, or moving within my GTA area.
Yeah.
But if you're moving from, let's say, my prices are so good that I compete with local movers of further regions like Durham, and you can go as far as Grimsby to St. Catharines. I can even compete with their local market.
Yeah.
That's how good my prices is.
That's important, but more importantly, I think the service. And
that's exactly
right.
what it is.
And I think your service is so top notch, and it's so appreciative, because, like you said, you're dealing with people's belongings, right?
Yeah.
They're years of memories tied up in a box that you are packaging delicately to move from point A to point B, and that's important.
Yeah.
And for that, the whole total package, it is really a piece of cake because
Yeah.
why not?
Because I don't
charge.
charge separately for anything.
Yeah.
So for example, if somebody wants assembly and disassembly, I'm not going to be like, okay, this will be the extra charge for that.
Mhm.
My service is only premium.
Mhm.
That's the only service I provide is premium quality white glove service.
Yeah.
So everything's included in the moves: assembly, disassembly, mattress covers, sofa covers,
Jeez.
floor covers. Everything's included.
Those
And
add
clean.
up. Those
Yeah.
add up.
And my truck is one of the cleanest trucks you'll ever see. You can
Yeah.
eat off the floor in it, man. Every day after work, I'm cleaning it, I'm vacuuming it, I'm Windexing it. It sounds like, why do you need to? But the thing is, when you move so many homes, you'll realize that you need to.
Yeah.
You need to. So not everybody's neat and tidy like every other, everybody's different.
Everyone's different, yeah.
So then you'll end up with some stuff on the floor that, most movers won't care about. They just pack the truck, they're tired, they're closed, they'll go home. Next day, 9 in the morning, they're out with the same truck. They're putting your mattresses on the same stuff. And a lot of these movers, they love wasting time. They'll start, for example, blanketing things, putting blankets on things that really, and taping it and then wrapping it.
Yeah.
Because they charge per hour. And then they'll have belts hanging in their truck that they'll start belting it
Yeah.
inside the truck and stuff like that. You really don't need that.
Yeah.
This stuff is just extra. You work out, right? You know how you grab a dumbbell?
Yep.
You have more control when you're grabbing it just with your hand.
Yep.
Now, if I was to wrap it with a blanket, that part you hold, you'll have a little bit of a loose.
Yeah.
You won't
that
have
feel.
that agility
Yeah,
to move
absolutely.
the item.
Yeah.
So that's where like a lot of these movers, they like to waste the time. They don't really care about the precise, like the intricacies of the work, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because they either haven't been doing this long enough or they're just trying to kill time. It's one of the two.
And I love that because those are those little fine tips that you could find that by doing the business, being in the business for 15 years,
Yeah.
right? But the odd person doesn't know.
Yeah, to them it looks nice, right?
Yeah.
The guy threw a blanket on my chair, started taping it, and then he's wrapping it. Now
It's
he's
protected.
It's
this,
it looks, it's very nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's over protecting it,
Yeah.
but at the time you're consuming time at the same time, right?
Mhm.
So what we'll do, we'll grab the chair, we'll put it in the truck, we'll throw a blanket over it.
Mm.
There's all that extra step was for time.
Yeah.
Right.
What are some mistakes you see homeowners do?
The only mistake that I think a homeowner can make is having too many loose items.
Okay.
So when you have items that should have been packed and are just loose at the end, they're not stackable. So they take a lot of space in the truck.
Okay.
So what I could be able to do in one load is now going to be two.
Two. Yeah.
Because it's not, and so when people that pack one small box, one big box, one small like this, one ginormous, it makes Tetris work a little bit difficult inside the truck. You know what I mean?
It is. It's like playing Tetris. I
Yeah,
always say
exactly.
that, right? How you maneuver the furniture out the front door or on the staircase.
Yeah.
It's hard, right?
Yeah,
and you have
it's
to play
difficult.
Tetris.
Yeah.
That's funny. I always use that analogy quite a bit.
Yeah.
How often do you work with realtors directly, and what's the benefit of building that relationship?
Yeah. I work with a lot of realtors. So my favorite one is you, of course, Steve.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
I work with a lot of them, man, and it's good for the realtor and it's good for me. The reason why it's good for the realtor, because a lot of people, for example, they think their work is just to sell the home. For you, Steve, I noticed that it goes beyond that.
Yep.
You're not just trying to sell their home. Like I did my job. It's over now. You go above and beyond. You try to find them avenues where they can benefit from someone else's service that would go a long way for them, like you did for your clients, right?
Yeah.
So same thing with us. When we finish a job, we don't just, okay, we did our job. I tell the client, have a walk around. Is there anything you want to remove? Don't worry about us.
Yeah.
If you don't like the dresser here, we'll move it to the other side.
Yeah.
Do you like your setting? We do a full walkthrough of the house when the job is done to make sure that they're comfortable. And when we do a job like that, in return, the client will remember you.
Exactly.
You're like, wow, Steve took care of me from the point A all the way to point Z.
Exactly.
All the way through.
Exactly.
You covered the whole sale of the house, to the move of the house, to everything that encompasses a realtor.
It's tenfold, right? It's that relationship, building that customer client continuity.
Exactly.
That they're comfortable with you and vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So that's what that reinsurance that you provide to your clients when you're giving that service is tenfold. And then also, like vice versa, whenever you're referring, third parties, it's reassuring to hear that the extension of your word, right, when you put out for that referral,
Exactly.
is to the highest light.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that so much.
Yeah.
And I'll continue to do that just because
awesome.
the level of
A lot of realtors also, Steve, don't realize until they use us. So and I don't blame them, right? They think their job is done. But once, let's say, I had a lady realtor out in the Vaughan area, and she provided through my Instagram reels. She saw me, and a client asked her, and she just decided to give me a call.
Yep.
I did one job for her, and that's it. And that was it. Every time she calls me now, she's
You're the guy.
because her clients are calling her back saying
Yeah.
the guys you sent are just phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And I go above and beyond. So like the lady, she moved from Markham to Oakville, and I went and I make sure I showed her all the local spots, gave her, go to Monastery Bakery,
There you go.
go to Stoney's Bread Company.
There we go. Yes.
I named all the spots that
Yeah.
she would find nice, and
The staples.
yeah, and I told her if you need anything else locally, I'm here to help you,
Yeah.
for free too, because
Yeah.
we're neighbors now. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That builds so much of that rapport, right?
Yeah.
And then, like we said in the beginning, that can go on forward.
yeah,
to,
kindliness is king.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's that easy, right?
Absolutely.
So, what other avenues and aspects that an agent could help their clients to prepare better for a move?
Like I said, Steve, the only thing that really bothers us is, well, not really bothers us, but like kind of slows down the move or makes it a
Process.
bit more difficult, that makes the process more difficult, would be them not packing right. Right? So it's the loose items, the weird, odd, different shaped boxes that kind of create a different tone, like a different tone to the move. It doesn't move as smoothly as it should. So that's the only thing. Other than that, we cover everything from A to Z. So you wouldn't have to worry about it. Just make sure that the clients are packing their items properly, and they give us a call and make sure that we got room for them before they go looking around anywhere else. Yeah. Because we're one of one. You're missing out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you literally, anything you're looking for in a mover, we got it.
Yeah.
And then plus some.
Yeah.
So you'd be really missing out by not giving us a call.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to try this. I hear you say this all the time, and I love it. You do the move proficiently,
Efficiently and efficiently.
Let's get it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love those catchphrases because you guys a ring to it.
Absolutely.
And it's a testament of exactly what you guys do, right? So how did you think about it? What got you to do it?
To be honest, I just said it one day. I just said it, and I didn't even know what it meant.
Yeah.
I just knew that it kind of suits me.
Yes.
Sufficiently efficient. I know what efficiently and proficiently and sufficiently mean.
Get it.
But it just sounded so nice.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yes, I love it. I love it because I love.
I'm not a
watching
great
this.
guy on like movie editings and things like that, and like making my Instagram reels because I'm really good at what I do.
Yeah.
But there's certain aspects, of course, I'm gonna lack in like making the quality kind of. My videos are getting a bit repetitive, with the same.
I like it. No, I like it because it shows you in action what you guys do.
Exactly.
And I think it's important for a consumer to see that.
Exactly.
See how you guys operate and move.
Right.
And it shows them what it is like an experience of working with Piece of Cake Movies.
Exactly.
Right?
And you know what? Soon enough, I will get there where I'm making real good professional videos.
There we go.
Soon enough.
Eventually.
Yeah. I'm learning, right? I'm learning.
I love it though.
I'm learning.
I think it's exactly what you need.
Yeah.
Like you tricked me. I think it's looks pretty professional
Oh,
to
yeah?
me, right? Like
Awesome.
it looks pretty good. Like it looks like you edited it, set it up. Right?
It
You
takes
have the
a long
voiceover.
time, Steve.
I know.
It takes a long
I
time.
used to I used to do them myself, and I have Dylan to do it. But it takes a long
I think I'm
time.
doing it wrong. Maybe that's why it takes so long.
No.
But oh my God,
when I
I'm
used to
there
do
for
like the
hours.
tip of the day videos, it literally take me a good once I got the hang of it. Before, I think it took me like hours just to kind of do a 30-second video.
30 seconds.
But as I got to it, I cut it down a little bit. But now luckily I have Dylan kind of organize that aspect of it, so I can just take the time.
I'm gonna have to have a chat with Dylan after.
There we go. What's that networking aspect, right? So that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, lastly, kind of to look at it from where you are now to where you started. What inspired you to kind of get in this at the beginning?
Well, for me, what inspired me is that I needed to do something on my own that I knew to do well. So something I was really good at, and I've done a lot. So I have had many businesses, Steve.
Okay.
This is not my first rodeo.
Yeah.
I owned a lash salon on Bronte and Lakeshore.
Wow.
So it was called Lash Out Lounge. It was operational for 3 years.
Yeah.
But Corona hit.
Oh.
And it was a very profitable business, actually. It was really good. But that's when I was single and, life was a bit different. Now I don't have that outreach where I can I really wanted to open another lash salon, but, I don't have that outreach anymore that I used to, after being tied up with this job recently a lot with a moving company
So did
that
you
I was
kind
working
of,
with.
did you always have that, or did you were always in kind of both?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
also because
Yeah.
that business I hired 3-4 women,
Mhm.
and they were because I didn't do the actual work, right?
Yeah.
I just did the financial part, and I let the ladies handle what was going on inside.
Mhm.
So on my free time, I would do movings with my uncle's business, and from there, when that shut down, then I took a nice little trip. I Because of that trip I took back home to Pakistan.
Yep.
I went there. Flights got grounded. I was only supposed to be there for a few weeks. Stuck there 6 months.
What?
Yeah, bro. Came here 6 months later. New man, new me, new thing. I'm like, all right, what can I do now
Yeah.
that I'm good at?
Yeah.
Because, that folded. I worked for an Australian magazine company as well, where we published newsletters on different industries like home builders associate. We work with associations and councils and things like that, and we sell ad spaces and stuff like that. So I did that as well. So I was very well versed in many fields. You know what I mean? I worked at warehouses. I worked literally any place you can. I worked at Ropac. You know Ropac on next to Bronte Go Station?
Yes. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bucket
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
I worked 12-hour shifts putting handles on buckets. I've done it all, man. Like there's almost nothing I haven't touched.
It's almost so like when you say that, you speak to that, it's almost like those past kind of set you up for this.
Exactly.
Right? One way or the other, and you pull from, and
Yeah.
helps you kind of prepare to what you're doing now. Ultimately, as you said, you always had a goal to run your own business, and
Exactly.
that's exactly what you're doing.
Exactly.
Again, right?
And I want the business to be helpful too. I don't want the business to be like these large corporations where profit is the only game. You know what I mean? All you're thinking about is where can I cut cost? You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't do business that way. Neither do I want to do business. I want my business to be helpful to the community, and also obviously help me out as well because no one does anything for free.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to open different businesses as well in different avenues and fields, and hopefully we can work together on one.
All right. I would love to. I would love to. Right.
And yeah, man, that'd be awesome. And maybe open a few other things.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes from there. But for now, I'm fully focused on this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And you're really, really, really good at it
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't describe enough how much praise my clients said about you guys, and I know that it comes from the heart because they're not easy to impress to say good things, right?
Right.
So I know that you guys did such an amazing job.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
And I'm so happy that you guys connected, and yeah, I'm excited to see what the future has in store.
Yeah.
But before all that, kind of share what you have on the horizon of what this outlook looks like for the business and also for you or not.
Well, the market, as you know, is a little bit, but somehow we're still doing very good, man. Because obviously, because of the service we provide, we do one work, and then that work gets referred to 4 or 5 different people. Most of our business is like through word of mouth. So like you referred one client, and then that one client tells 3 other clients, and then they come to us, and they get to use our service and experience what we provide. So that goes a long way for me. But my truck wasn't wrapped when you first initially made the video on.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So now you have a piece of cake wrap
I
on it.
have it immaculately
There we go.
done.
There you go.
So
Branding,
one,
right?
Yeah, it's well branded. So now my next step is not to get a second truck. I'm staying with one truck, and I'm gonna stay that way until I see that I can set up a team that can efficiently do the job as well as I do, or as they can take the job as if it's their own.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until
So
I
it
get
could be on
that
site.
replacement,
Yeah.
then I'll think about making my next move.
That's
into
perfect.
another
That's
avenue.
perfect. That's the number one thing, and like a lot of entrepreneurs, should have the foresight in. Sometimes people are quick to expand fast.
Yeah.
Before either if all the whole systems are in place. So I like how
Exactly.
you're taking the time to build the systems.
Yeah.
Building the right culture around you, building the team to trust. Because like you said, they're going into people's homes. You have to trust them like
Exactly.
they're you, right?
Yeah. Well, good things
Centered.
come to those who wait, but not to those who wait too late. So it goes both ways. You got to
That's
find the
it.
mediocre. Either you can work for this company and become the worker of your company.
Yeah.
You, instead of being the owner, become the worker.
Yeah.
And now you can live your whole life as a worker.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So there's a mediocre, there's a medium in there somewhere that I'm trying to find. So hopefully once this business is established by somebody that can replace me, and obviously I'd never leave any of my businesses like that to tend to themselves. I'll be there personally with that business all the time as well.
Yeah.
With this moving company.
Yes.
But at the same time, I like adventure, man.
I love it.
I
I
wanna
love
try
it.
something
It's
different.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's always exciting.
Yeah.
Last little tidbits I like to do, at the end of everything is, first thought of you think about it. And I'll just show you some quick hitters and don't have to put too much thought about it, but
Yeah, yeah.
think about what you have to say.
Cool.
And if I were to describe Oakville in one word, what would that word be?
Chic.
Chic. Okay, that's interesting.
I don't know why. I don't know why. It just came up.
Chic.
Maybe social media keeps saying it.
And there's one tip you would, give to movers. It might be a couple words, but one tip you give to movers that are trying to embark on a move it for themselves. What would it be?
For themselves?
Yeah.
Pack well, label.
Okay.
So you don't have to keep opening boxes, not knowing where the stuff is.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
That was
Have
a
a
big
label.
one. That was a
Yeah.
big one that
That
my
saves a
client
lot
said
of
that
time.
you did for them.
Yeah.
Because it helped them, depack all the stuff when they went to
Yeah,
the
because
home.
it's written on there.
Yeah.
You know, you're
They
not
would-
opening 30 bins trying
yeah.
to find your
They would
your
tell
stuff.
me, they'd
Yeah.
text you like, "Hey, where are the forks? Where are the kitchen
Yeah.
supplies?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, this box are there," and then they'll
Exactly.
be okay, right?
And another thing, pack an essentials bag. Essentials bag.
Okay.
Meaning like your medication, your passports, important gold jewelry, anything that you find that's extremely valuable.
Mhm.
Make a little suitcase, a small suitcase or a backpack of that stuff,
Mm.
essentials that you need. Clothing, a piece of clothing you can change into quickly after you move. Because unpacking takes time. A lot of people think moving is the hard part. I think the hardest part is for the people after when they move, they got to unpack and put everything up. And
It's just
that's tedious.
yes, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It is. If you were to give a couple words of advice to a young entrepreneur, what would they be?
Consistency.
Yep.
Stay consistent.
Mhm.
Keep going. If it
Mhm.
doesn't work today, it'll work tomorrow.
Mhm.
That's all I can say.
That's key.
It's all consistency.
Yeah.
And if you fail at something, it's a learning curve.
Yep.
Try another thing.
Yep.
Eventually you'll
agree.
get there.
I agree.
That's life, man.
It is,
Yeah.
right? And consistency is a big key in whatever you want to do in life.
Yeah.
You're not consistent with it.
Like Frank Sinatra said, flying high in April, shot down in May. You know what I mean? So
I'll give you the floor. If there's anything you like to, share or it's up to you to plug, whatever you have on the horizon,
yeah.
give it to that camera over there.
Well,
and
guys,
give
if you're
us-
looking for a move, call us for reliability, for a peace of mind. Give us a call here at Piece of Cake Movers, where moving really is a piece of cake.
There you go. There you go. And
Yeah.
with that being said, I'd like to conclude this edition of Coffee on Kofi. Waqas, was a pleasure. It was my man. It was a pleasure to sit
Pleasure.
down and do this with you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your help and service and what the future has in store for both of us. And,
Absolutely.
Let's get it, guys.
We're a team now.
Let's get it.
Yeah,
There
let's
we
get it,
go.
brother.
Yes, sir.